Many people over the age of 60 occasionally notice changes in their breathing. Sometimes it happens while walking up a hill. Sometimes it appears when climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or moving around the house. In many situations, mild shortness of breath is completely normal. Our bodies naturally change as we age, and the lungs and muscles may respond differently to activity than they did decades ago. However, there are moments when shortness of breath deserves closer attention. The body relies on oxygen to power every organ, every muscle, and every cell. When breathing suddenly becomes difficult or uncomfortable, it may be the body's way of signaling that something needs attention. One important possibility that people sometimes overlook is that breathing difficulties can occasionally be related to the heart. Most people think of the lungs first when breathing becomes difficult. That makes sense because breathing feels like a lung problem. But the heart and lungs work closely together as a team. If the heart is not pumping blood efficiently, the lungs may struggle to deliver oxygen to the body. Understanding when shortness of breath might be related to the heart can help people recognize early warning signs and seek guidance when needed. Shortness of breath, sometimes called breathlessness, is the feeling that you cannot get enough air into your lungs. Some people describe it as a tight feeling in the chest. Others say they feel like they must work harder to breathe. For some individuals, breathing may feel shallow or uncomfortable. Others may feel the need to take frequent, deep breaths in order to feel satisfied. Occasional breathlessness after physical exertion is completely normal. For example, if you climb several flights of stairs quickly, your breathing will naturally become faster. Your body is asking for more oxygen because your muscles are working harder. But shortness of breath that appears suddenly, happens frequently, or occurs during mild activity can sometimes be a signal that the heart may be involved. To understand why, it helps to understand how the heart and lungs work together. The lungs bring oxygen into the body when you breathe in. That oxygen enters the bloodstream and travels to the heart. The heart then pumps oxygen-rich blood throughout the body. When the heart is working well, oxygen moves efficiently to the muscles, brain, and other organs. This process happens quietly and automatically with every heartbeat. However, if the heart becomes weaker or struggles to pump effectively, blood may move more slowly through the body. This can create a backup of fluid in the lungs. When fluid begins to accumulate in the lungs, breathing can become more difficult. The lungs must work harder to exchange oxygen, and the body may respond by increasing breathing effort. This is why shortness of breath can sometimes be one of the earliest signs that the heart is under stress. One of the first situations in which heart-related breathlessness may appear is during physical activity. For example, a person who once walked comfortably around the neighborhood may suddenly notice that the same walk feels much harder. Climbing stairs may cause unexpected breathlessness. Carrying groceries or doing light household tasks may feel more exhausting than before. At first, many people assume this is simply part of getting older. While aging can influence endurance, sudden or noticeable changes in breathing during activity should not be ignored. Another important clue involves how breathing feels while lying down. Some people notice that breathing becomes uncomfortable when they lie flat in bed. They may feel the need to use several pillows to sleep comfortably. Others may wake up during the night feeling like they need to sit upright in order to breathe normally. This symptom is sometimes called nighttime breathlessness. It occurs because lying down allows fluid to shift more easily toward the lungs if the heart is not pumping efficiently. For some individuals, the sensation may appear suddenly during sleep. They may wake up feeling short of breath and need to sit or stand in order to feel relief. Although this experience can be unsettling, recognizing the pattern can help people discuss the symptom with their doctor. Another clue that shortness of breath may be related to the heart is when it appears together with other symptoms. For example, unusual fatigue is often present. A person may feel unusually tired during the day even after resting. The body may feel weaker than usual because the muscles are not receiving enough oxygen-rich blood. Chest discomfort may also occur in some individuals. Instead of sharp pain, the sensation may feel like pressure, tightness, or heaviness in the chest. Some people also notice swelling in their legs or ankles. When the heart struggles to circulate blood efficiently, fluid may accumulate in the lower parts of the body. Dizziness or lightheadedness can sometimes appear as well. This happens when the brain temporarily receives less oxygen-rich blood than it needs. When shortness of breath appears together with these symptoms, it may suggest that the cardiovascular system deserves closer attention. However, it is also important to remember that many breathing problems are not related to the heart. Lung conditions such as asthma, chronic bronchitis, or infections can also cause breathing difficulties. Allergies, respiratory illnesses, and even anxiety may produce similar sensations. This is why medical evaluation is important when symptoms appear repeatedly. Doctors may use several methods to determine whether shortness of breath is related to the heart. They may begin by asking questions about when the breathing difficulty occurs. For example, does it appear during activity after meals or during sleep? Does sitting upright improve the sensation? Doctors may also listen to the heart and lungs using a stethoscope. Certain sounds in the lungs can suggest fluid accumulation. Blood pressure, heart rhythm, and oxygen levels may also be measured. In some cases, doctors may recommend additional tests. An electrocardiogram can measure the electrical activity of the heart. An echocardiogram can create images of the heart's structure and pumping ability. These tests help doctors understand whether the heart is functioning normally. While medical evaluation is important, there are also several healthy habits that can support both heart and lung health. Regular physical activity is one of the most powerful habits for maintaining cardiovascular fitness. Walking is often one of the safest and most effective forms of exercise for adults over 60. Even gentle walking for 20 to 30 minutes most days of the week can strengthen the heart and improve circulation. Maintaining a healthy body weight can also reduce strain on the heart and lungs. Excess weight may make breathing more difficult during activity. Balanced nutrition plays a role as well. Diets rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy proteins support cardiovascular health. Limiting excess sodium can help prevent fluid retention and reduce pressure on the heart. Managing stress is another important factor. Stress hormones can increase heart rate and blood pressure, which may affect breathing patterns. Relaxation techniques such as slow breathing, meditation, or spending time in nature can help calm the body. Sleep quality is also closely connected to breathing and heart health. Poor sleep can affect circulation and energy levels. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule and creating a calm bedtime routine can support better rest. Hydration is another often overlooked factor. Dehydration can affect circulation and cause fatigue or dizziness. Drinking enough water throughout the day helps support healthy blood flow. Most importantly, people should pay attention to changes in their body. If shortness of breath appears suddenly, becomes more frequent, or begins interfering with daily activities, it is always wise to discuss the symptoms with a healthcare professional. Early awareness can lead to early treatment and better outcomes. It is also important not to ignore symptoms that appear together with chest pressure, sweating, dizziness, or pain spreading to the arm or jaw. These symptoms may require immediate medical attention. Remember that the heart works continuously every moment of your life. With each beat, it pumps blood to every organ, every muscle, and every cell in the body. Supporting the heart with healthy habits and paying attention to warning signs helps maintain energy independence and quality of life. Shortness of breath does not always mean that a heart problem is present, but understanding when breathing changes may be related to the heart can help people respond calmly and wisely. By listening carefully to your body and seeking guidance when needed, you can take important steps toward protecting your heart and maintaining a healthy life after 60.